Here we go. Welcome on the ESL live stream. Thank you so much for spending your Sunday night on the ESL live stream from Mike's Home ESL. Thank you so much. A special live today. We're going to be talking about the differentiation method, which is an awesome method that I think all teachers should know about it. I hope you're doing good. Wish you a happy Sunday. And today, this Sunday is a special Sunday because it is Father's Day. So I wish all the awesome fathers a happy Father's Day. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you're doing good. So, yeah, you got to know that I have to say a special thanks here, of course, to my dad, because my dad is also a teacher. So,
You must feel the force around you.
So, yeah, I could have missed the shot, right? So I wish my dad, if we can see, oh, that was fast. Yeah, so here's my dad. You can see we look alike, huh? Right, yeah. All right, so love you, Dad. Wish you a happy Father's Day. You've been so helpful for me. It's difficult to find the words, I'm not going to get emotional, right? I'm not gonna, yeah, all right. No, but, my dad is a teacher. He's always been giving me this education in which was wherever you go, just be a good man, be polite. Wherever you are going in this world, remember to respect, because you're gonna face cultures that are gonna be different from yours. So try to be a good boy and respect everyone. So happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Happy Father's Day. But I'm thinking of how to say that in French now. Damn, bro. Mike is forgetting his French. God. So yeah. Merci beaucoup, papa, pour tout ce que tu m'as appris. Tout ce que tu m'as laissé libre de mes choix dans ma vie. Merci beaucoup. Je t'aime plus que tout. Ça approche, là. Allez, on n'en dit pas plus. We're not gonna say much. I'm just thanking my dad. He might be watching. You never know. Thank you. To all of you for being here. We're going to stop with the emotional part. And then we're going to start right into the live about the differentiation method. Thank you for being here. Just let me know where you're from, where you're teaching into the chat. So if you get any questions as well, welcome to ask your questions into the chat room. Here is, so we're gonna go with what's the differentiation method for teachers. And of course, we're gonna go today a little bit more. We already did a live about this topic, and a lot of people like it. So today we're gonna be a little bit more precise, maybe. We got a great guest today. She used to be my administrator. She used to be my boss. Her name is Maria James. Yeah, I say she used to be because she left our school, unfortunately. That was so bad, but we had good time when she was around. I've learned a lot from her, especially I've learned more about the differentiation method. And she's been a great teacher to me, and I'm really thankful for her. And she's going to be here in a moment. We're going to have Stu as well joining, of course. Stu is a long-time mate. Together, we have almost 40 years in China, which is quite incredible. But he's also very gifted in education, so that's awesome to be here together. This live stream is not my own live stream; it's your live stream. It's ESL live stream. So feel free to ask any questions in a chat. Just whatever. If it's not according to the topic, it's all good. You can just say a little hello. You can just greet each other. Let me know. This is a big family in here, community of teachers who are helping each other wherever you are in this world. Just welcome. Leave some likes, of course, to help the channel. Remember that time when it was difficult to find when you were in a burnout? Yeah. So when you find help, finally you find that help. So it's maybe the same for your colleague. Teachers have to share their ideas for the good sake of the kids, of our children, for a better future. And we have here, hi Mike, the first message from Neve. Hi Mike, and the guests are gonna come. We're gonna come. We always say in French, les dames d'abord. Ladies first. So we're going to go right away with Maria James. Here we go. Why now? Hello, Maria. It's so good to see you.
Hello, Mike. It's really good seeing you as well.
That's been so long, huh? Hope you're doing good. Everything all right back home?
Yes, everything is okay so far. How are you?
Great. I'm good, thanks. You got to know that actually you are in New York, right?
I am in
Great.
New York. I live in New York.
And we got to mention to everyone that it's, what time is it back there? A Sunday morning.
It is Sunday morning, 9:09 Sunday morning.
So you see, thank you so much for the big respect. Thank you. Big shout out. Thank you, Maria, for being here. That's awesome. So, of course, we know each other, but maybe the people who are watching don't know you. So do you mind if you introduce yourself?
Okay. My name is Maria James. I have been an educator for almost 20 years. I've been,
Man, wow.
I know, it's a long time. I've taught in China.
It is.
It is a long, long time. I went to China I've taught, let me say this first. I've taught in 3 different countries. I've taught in Barbados, that's the Caribbean. I'm teaching I've taught in the States, in the US, in New York, and in China. I started off as a teacher in China, and then was promoted to head teacher, and then promoted to coordinator.
Exactly. And you were the one who did the interview with Shui. I wanted to ask Shui to come, but I felt she's always busy on Sundays, So, so I remember that day when I was in front of my phone, because that was during COVID, and I was having that interview as an ESL teacher. You got to go to. And you asked me that question. I remember, because have you ever did a project? And I was like, no. Primary school, always being into, because you know China's situation. Many teachers come from background that are mostly training centers or public schools where you get a lot of kids in the class. And I was like, that was awesome. I remember that day like it was yesterday. And then since I was with you, I've learned a lot. Thank you so much for being here. Really, Maria, it's a great respect to have you with us today. We're gonna have fun with maybe you know him, Stuart, Alan Stuart. Maybe you know him.
Don't know him, but I guess if I see him, maybe don't know.
We got friends in common, and maybe he knows, but let's welcome Stu as well on the platform. Thank you, Maria. Here we go. Welcome, Stu. You gotta kind of get you're getting kind of used to it, right? Hope you don't feel bored.
Do you know what? This is like my third. This is like my third or fourth time. Every time I forget to unmute myself. Every single time.
It's always the case, man. Don't worry. It's it happens to me. It's till you get used to. It's all good. So it's not easy. Welcome, Stu. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's good to be back with you.
As well, Stu, well, of course, we don't need to introduce each other, but maybe, there are new people watching, and I'd love to introduce yourself very quickly, as you do. You always do it very nicely.
Yeah, no
Cheers, man.
So, my name's Stuart Allen. I'm from the UK. I've been teaching here in China for over 20 years now. I run a blog called Tefl Lemon, which helps teachers all around the world. And I also run a TESOL training company, a training course. We train teachers all over the world in TESOL so they can go into the classroom to teach language.
Great. Awesome. Thank you so much again. Thank you again. Well, yeah, Stu's got quite a lot of good stuff on Tefl Lemon. A lot of teachers can say, I'm going to check out a little bit the comment section to see who the people are in. We got Jenny Nava Akeveda. You can just let us know where you're from. That would be awesome. I would like to know what strategies I should have to get children's attention. Right. This is a great worries that teachers really pay attention on. Getting everyone's attention is not that easy. Right. So, yeah, we might be, you're okay. So we got Wayne from China as well in here. That's awesome. Yeah, let's answer that first question. Why not? Before we start with the differentiation, I got some stuff ready to help us in the argumentary, if we can say it like that. And I have my teacher with me, so I feel a bit nervous. Here we go. Yeah, so I would like to know what strategies I should have to get children's attention. That would be good that you mention as well. How old is how old are your students? That would be awesome as well, so that we can tell a little bit more. And we have, so that was Wayne Pearson in China right here. And as well, T-Hour, thank you for being here, guys. Awesome. Yeah, what I was saying earlier, very quickly before we start, I don't want to bother you, but you guys know someone, you have someone that friends in common. His name is Paul. Is it? I know that Maria used to go to Paul's wife there, maybe sometimes.
To Paul's, I didn't hear. Yes. To Paul. Said that. Can you repeat? Can you repeat? Sorry, I didn't
Paul.
hear.
I know that Stu. Yeah, Paul. You know, you used to go maybe to his wife there, where she's doing, what is it called? Beauty.
Yes.
Beauty care.
Yes.
Yeah, I think his family name is Paul Eels. I guess Stu know.
Yeah, Paul Ellis, good friend of mine, Paul. And I'll tell you a really funny. Well, it really still gives me nightmares. So Paul's wife is called Amy, and Amy does kind of like beauty stuff, right? And check this out, right?
Yeah.
This is a true story. Just nothing to do, just quick. So she had to do this thing, and the process was like they injected a needle through that part of your nose, that bit between your nostrils, all the way up to here, through your nose.
Right.
And that still gives me nightmares to this day.
Let's shout out to Paul.
All right, good. All right. Shout out to Paul, I think. All right, good. All right. Should be something credible. All right, good. I wish he would be here. Would be good fun too, because he's a party rocker. Oh man. All right, so here we go. We're gonna go with today's topic about differentiation. Here we go. All right, so I have a little slide that I prepare for today, so that will also help our viewers to have a better view of what is differentiation, right? So here is, the first slide. We're gonna go through this differentiation, what is differentiation? Maybe Maria can give us a little information about what is differentiation for people who don't know. Please, Maria.
Yes. Differentiation is just meeting the needs of just tailoring the needs, or meeting the needs of individual students, just meeting their individual needs. And there's different ways that you can meet the students' individual needs. It could be through content. It could be through the learning environment. It could be through the process. It could be through products. So there's just various ways that you can tailor to each and every student.
Exactly. Thank you. You're right. That's awesome. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm not going to say, yeah, exactly. You're right. This is my teacher, Mike. What are you doing? All right, let's go on. The next slide. Yeah. So what we're going to go through, because in this agenda, the last time we already talked about what's the differentiation method. We might go through. Of course, second, you cannot see much because, when you throw the slide on the live stream, it's changing a little bit the PPT. So I got this on a PPT, but here it says number 2, it says group work and differentiation in language teaching. So we will see this with TEFL Lemon article by Tian Xie, right? Stu, can you tell us a little bit about her?
Yeah, sure. So
should be a woman, maybe.
Yeah, no, it's it's a girl. She works in an international school in Shenzhen. Really, really cool. Actually, she does like jazz pop dance and stuff. She's awesome. But she was a student on the TESOL, on the higher certificate of TESOL. She's one of my trainees, and she's graduated now. And she's got a level 4 certificate. But she's very, very interested in differentiation, and how differentiation, as Maria says, hits the needs and learning goals for all of your students, and different ways that you can differentiate.
Exactly. Great. Wow. That's awesome to know about her. Okay. And then third part, we'll go with a Q&A, of course, very quickly to see what people, if people have questions. Yeah. So we've already asked this question pretty much into the first live, but we're going to go and do a little reminding, like, so what is differentiation for people who know more about it? It's tailoring pretty much your instruction to meet the individual needs of each student. Like Maria just said it very well, right? And of course, the use of ongoing assessment and flexible grouping, which is pretty awesome. Yeah. And here, so how to, oops, those slides are crazy. All right. So here is how to differentiate. Differentiate. I get a problem. I'm still French. So, right. Maria, so can you tell us a little bit the different ways so that we can differentiate according to that, to that little...
Okay, so we can talk about
according to that PPT. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, so we can differentiate through content. Let's start with the content. As with content, you can use various different reading materials, just to, because remember too, every students are different. The students learn different learning styles. Yeah. And you have to, for sure, let's just cater to their learning styles as well and their interests. So you might have students that are, you have girls, you have boys. When it comes to reading materials, there are some, you can't, let's say with sports, they're not every girl that might like sports activity. So it would be great to just change your reading materials, just give students different materials, but it's just based on the same topic. So reading materials can be different. You can also, with content, you can also, just for the learning styles, put them on a tape, or a CD, or let the student watch. The student can listen for those students who struggle with reading, they can listen to a CD or a video, with the reading. And you can also have peer buddies. You can let them read together, so that everyone can, someone can pick up the pronunciation or fluency based on the reading. So that is where content is concerned.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's sorry. So the second one, Stu, is going to be about the process.
Yeah. So the process is about, how students learn the content that you've provided for them. So like Maria says, you might, have a reading, and you've got like a simplified version for students who need a bit more support, or you might have one that's a little bit more difficult, or you might have different listening materials. You might want to work on fluency, on pronunciation, but the process is about how they learn it. So you might want to put them into different groups. You might pair up. You might choose to have a weaker student with a stronger student. So the stronger student can lend support and scaffold the learning of the weaker student. You might have learner stations around your classroom. So you rearrange the desks, and this kind of comes in with the environment, but also it leads into the process of the learning too. So how the students learn can also be differentiated as well.
Great. Thank you very much, Sue. We're going to go on the next slide so we can differentiate as well on the product, right? So what is the product? Pretty much what products are what students produce, right? Offering a variety of method for students to use to demonstrate their knowledge around a topic, skills, teacher, increase students' confidence and engagement. So I'm going to go any precision on this? Maybe it doesn't speak much, this kind of what would be the product? Can you guys give us like a more deep sight of to differentiate the product deep inside?
So the product is
Maria.
Awesome. So the product now, it can be like projects. You can create various projects that are, that cater to their needs or cater to their interests. So there's a lot of projects that you can do that can be fun. You can create puppet shows. They can write letters. They can create murals. They can even do documentaries. So just things that would be fun, but that cater to their learning styles. Also, you just can just ask the student, okay, let me just go back. While the students are doing these projects, they will need a rubric. So the rubric that would match to the very skills that they're doing. So that would be useful to give them a rubric, which would be helpful to guide them as well. And the last thing that I can say may be just encouraging the students even to create their own products. So that is something that they would be interested in. You can ask the student, what is something that their interests, and what product they would like to produce.
Right.
And you can get you would be surprised to see some of these things that they create. Yeah.
I think Maria, you've really hit something.
Great thank you so much for the insight, Maria. Yeah.
Maria, I think you've really hit something on the head.
Yes,
there. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, we can.
Cool. Yeah. So you've said that basically ask the students what they want to do, and this is perfect. This is perfect differentiation, because this is a great way to motivate students and to engage them. You might have a student that's quite reticent, doesn't really want to learn English, not really interested before, it has a history of not really wanting to be there. But by asking the students, what would you like to do today? And giving choice, it gives students their autonomy over their own learning. It's very learner-centered, and you can really reach out to those students and really pull them back and give them a real love for learning and love for learning language.
Yes, that is great. True. That is true.
And then, so we have, so the teachers can also differentiate on the learning environment. What is that learning environment for people who don't know?
Yeah, so like all of your classes, each class is different, right? And you've got each student is different. They're all very unique, and you'll never have one class that's the same as the other. Right. So you should never have the same kind of lesson or the lesson plan. This is why differentiation is so important. What you can do, one way to change your environment is, like I said, with like learning stations, but also you can have different things on the wall. You can put pictures on the wall. You can just get some blue tack or some putty. Students can move around things. You can make sentences. You can give students post-it notes, and they can write notes and stick them up on the wall, say how they're feeling, move things around. So you're changing the environment. Your classroom comes to life as well. So you can also differentiate in the way that you set up your classroom and maximize your space.
Yes, well said. Well said.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. You wanted to add something?
No, I think no, yeah, no. I think he said it. As I said, well said. I think he actually just spoke on everything that how you can set up your classroom and just cater to make sure the classroom is quiet. Every classroom shouldn't be the same. The classroom should be quiet without distractions. Just provide materials that reflect on a different culture, a variety of cultures and home settings. Yeah. So I think Stuart really hit the nail on the head where that was concerned. Yes.
Another thing as well that you can do is integrate technology into your class as well. So you can bring in the videos. You can bring in tablets. Get students onto tablets. Have on your learning station, you might have a tablet table, and on like learning station number 2, you might have a reading task. So on number 3, you have like photographs, and you discuss. And every 10 minutes, the students change around. So by bringing technology into the classroom, you're also changing up the learning environment and the process that they're learning.
Yes, that's correct. Mm-hmm.
Great. That's awesome. Yeah, that was, this is something more, a little bit more detailed, right, about the differentiation method. I just put it like this for everybody to see. It's from kind of a side. Yeah. All right. So here now, so we're going to go on the group work and differentiation in language teaching by Tian Xie, right? We're going to go through. That's an awesome article, which is going to be more, I think, tailored to language teachers, maybe. Am I wrong?
No, that's it. So she wrote that. Like the school that she works in, it's
am I right?
It's a bilingual school. So they use CLIL and EML for their model of education. But there's lots of great ideas. She was great, actually. It's really good ideas about differentiation.
Great. So here she's talking about harnessing motivation and other non-intellectual factors. So what does it mean? If you get an idea about it, which says that Benjamin Bloom believed that students are people with independent personality, like what Maria was saying earlier, right? As long as we are good at cultivating and improving students' non-intellectual factors, improving students' interest, motivation, emotion, attention, etc., students will lower language proficiency and and they can also get good grades, right? Because I think we've been mostly in traditional teaching, have, especially in China. I think sometimes, I don't know if I'm wrong, but the pros and cons of the differentiation, it's maybe when it comes to too much students in a classroom, the differentiation is going to be limited. We still can use it, but the other day, that was the other day on my channel, one subscribers asked me and say, yeah, I love your game, but you're playing with very few students. How can you play with a great number of students? And again, you can play every game, but it's just a matter of rewarding. It's a matter of rewarding method, maybe, but also dividing the class into teams, which come back to differentiation, right? You have to put, even if you cannot put them in groups, you cannot have them to sit together. You can have this rank is going to be team 1, this one, team 2, team 3, and team 4, right? For a great number of students. And then you can ask some of them to come up. And then the ones who are coming up for their teams can bring a points to their teams with competition in here. Even if they come in front to perform a conversation or something else. Not only playing games.
There's so many things that you can do within small classes, large classes of differentiation. Just because you have a large class does not mean that you can't differentiate. As you'll know, you have to like change the way that you teach a little bit, and definitely learn some strategies that suit large classes. But you can definitely differentiate, and this is one of the problems that large classes have, is that it's very easy sometimes for students to fall through the cracks, especially if they're quiet, they don't really engage, they're shy, their English isn't so good. And what can happen with some teachers is that they will just concentrate on the more vocal kind of students. So it's very easy to forget those students, but we cannot do that. Just because a student is quiet or not so good at English does not mean that they have lesser needs than any of the other students. So my advice is speak to students as much as possible. Move around the classroom, get to know your students, do lots of formative assessments, make mental notes, make physical notes on paper. And the more you get to know your students, find out about them, what they like, what their hobbies are, what they like to do outside of school, the more you know about your students, the better you can differentiate, the more accurate you can do it, and really hit their learner needs.
Yes, well said. Well said. I like when you said take mental notes or take anecdotal. You're going to take notes of, observe your students, take notes of their styles, learning styles, take notes of their methods, take notes of the interests, ask questions, what they're interested in. And when you realize what they're interested in, you come in and you change your teaching methods to suit the interests of your students.
That's it. And actually, if you can, it's a little bit more work, but it's worth it. If you can keep a diary about your students, especially if you have a large number of students in a public school or something like that, as you're making your mental notes and you're doing your formative assessment, just any small victories they have, write them down. Any particular problems that you notice, write them down too. And over time, you'll develop a mini portfolio on each and every student, so you're able to differentiate tasks much more accurately and effectively.
Great. Yeah, I was just fooling around with that slide who suddenly changed. I was like, yeah, man, what did I do? Great. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a little bit crazy, huh? I'm just checking the StreamYard slide, one of the first time I use it, but it looks, it's fine. Yeah, differentiation with multi-level language learners. That's what many teachers will meet. Like, I have different level students in my class, especially for learning that language. So it's difficult to find a way maybe to differentiate.
Maria, do you want to go with that
pretty
one?
tough.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. With the different
all good.
Yeah. With the different language levels, we can do several things. We can do peer tutoring. When I say peer tutoring, there's always a student that there's some students that are in your classes that maybe have studied abroad. You know, there's some students that are really the language is really proficient, and you can match those students with the lower level, the ones that are struggling, maybe that are beginner learners. And you find that with peers, they always have great conversations with each other. Peers love to learn from each other. You know, they always have they always have good ideas, share ideas. They like to share ideas. So that is one way. Peer tutoring would be one way that you can increase or help some person language. I guess the language that the student who is a beginner can improve their language by being matched with another student who is proficient. So that's a good way that you can do it as well. Also, there's other ways such as, especially when you get to know more about the student, you can know where they came from, the culture, and you can find that they might open up more when you are tapping into their culture, their home setting, their needs, their interests, and they start to want to speak more, because you're learning more about them. Once they warm up to you, and they realize that you're really interested in them, they would want to speak more, and tell you more about them. And that is another way. Conversations in classroom, that's another way. When it comes to reading, again, you can use videos, audios, so that they can pick up on the language, or pick up on the fluency of reading as well. So that's another way. And I remember when I was teaching in China, teaching English, and we did a documentary, and students love that. They were so excited when they did that documentary. They work in groups, and they went out. They went out on the streets of Xi'an, and they actually asked questions. And students that wouldn't really speak in class, they were so excited when I saw their documentaries, and I saw they're doing interviews with with people on the streets. They open up. I just smiled when I was watching the documentary to see that quiet student in class, just opening up and having great interviews with people on the street. So these are things that are interested to them, So those strategies are helpful.
Thank you very much for sharing.
Idea. That's such a good idea. Like awesome. Making like a documentary and stuff. Like, this is the thing. You've got like students, like you said, like is quiet, a little bit shy, and all of a sudden, like, okay, we're going to make this documentary, and you need to like work together in groups, and then you've got to go out in the street, and you've got to do this, you've got to speak English. They're like, I want to do this, and you've given them the platform that they've been looking for years. You've given them a platform they've been looking for years, and you've discovered what this student had been, obviously missing for years. It sounds awesome.
You must feel the force around you.
Yeah, you gotta feel that force, huh? All right. Thank you so much for sharing those awesome ideas. Hope is gonna help you on the chat, everyone. Please try to give as much likes as you can. Don't forget to subscribe if you just arrived. It's not over yet, don't worry. It seems to be really awesome with sharing ideas. I hope is going to help you in your class. And let's get back into it. Thank you for being here on a Sunday. Don't forget to give likes to everyone, especially we are live on Stu's platform. I'm not sure if it's working, but it should be fine. Doesn't matter. This is recorded, so if you miss the live, you will see it soon. Or if it's a little bit laggy, you will see it later on.
I'm kind of hoping that it works. I've got a channel not as big as Mike's, and we're trying something out for the first time. So hopefully this is also going out live on TEFL. And if it's not, then I press the wrong button, I guess. But I think it's going to be okay. And if you are watching on TEFL, please like and subscribe too.
Great. All right. I guess good. So also, here we go. Other covered.
Yeah, I guess it would also cater to the American population as well. So we're streaming here. So obviously, yes, it would be great for the here, when people are seeing everyone here and we're answering questions and getting information. I'm just hoping that my Facebook, my followers on Facebook, and they were able to see the live and they learn a lot from it.
That's awesome. Great. That technology is good for that. There's no bad technology. It's a tool. You got to know how to use it. Right? Nothing bad. Just kids sometimes they just watch too much dumb stuff. And, it can be a great tool for them to learn, believe me. And as well for teachers to get together, communicate that we have some kind of, that we can share, whatever it can be on Maria's Facebook page, on using StreamYard. That's what I'm using. Very few platform can help with that, can do that. So that's pretty awesome. That's awesome. Thank you for all of you for being here. We got other aspects that are covered on this article, and I really encourage you to go and check out TEFL Lemon courses.com. You will learn a lot of stuff there. And yes, of course, Stu, a comment on that picture. Sorry for the slide, it's not me.
No, it's
my
okay.
PPT is but so can you introduce
yeah. So who you're looking at there, that's Carol Ann Tomlinson, and she's an emeritus professor at the University of Virginia, and she's like the goddess of differentiation. Lots of her career, she's written books, she's done lots of research, spoken at countless conferences about differentiation and differentiation techniques and methods and why it's good, why we should use it. So check out Carol Ann Tomlinson. That's one of her books there. On our TESOL course, we cover differentiation in great detail within our unit on assessment. And so lots of the stuff that we do in our higher certificate of TESOL comes directly from the research done by Tomlinson.
Awesome. Great. Let's see. Here we go. Great. So yeah, now we're gonna go through the different questions that have been asking into the live. Let me check that out. I know here, well, it's gonna be not much about differentiation for now, but it all comes to it after all, whatever, if it's classroom management, whatever is how to, it all comes to that differentiation because it's so vast, so deep. And yeah, I'm very grateful for knowing this. First question in here that we have is, hi, I teach in nursery. My class is is always distracted. It is very difficult to manage them. Please help me with some good pro tip where I can get all of them in control at once. Nice. No, I think the question is to me, right? Great. Right. I teach, he said that, so it's for kindergarten. Kindergarten are very difficult to control, that's for sure. But, a very important point is the first day of your class. The first day of your class, you're going to see who are the kids who are very difficult to deal with, the ones that might be a good help. It's mostly the kids' characters. So I always used to add, like, oh, you guys gonna be free the first day. I want to see your character coming up. So it was pretty much like this, guys. How crazy you can get, and of course in a kindergarten, bro. But obviously, I didn't have too much problem with management in my kindergarten, in all the kindergartens we had, because I'm a big man. So the guys, when you get the kids in front of you, they're like, they even call me grandpa. yeah. Because they couldn't see my hair, Imagine the view of the kids when you get a guy who's like 1.8 meters in front of you. They're like, okay. But yeah, when they're far from you, with kids, you just have to teach them in a friendly way how to put their hands on their knees. You got to be sometimes the one who's doing the, when I was teaching orders in the classroom, I would let them be the teacher. And I would be the bad student sitting really, like, I don't care. I sit where, and then I would teach the kid in front of her, sit properly. And then I would sit, you have to, with a smiley face and a really sad face. And you would see that sometimes when you do that sad face, kid's going to be like, oh, what's going on? And then you smile right away after that, because some of them can be really scared. But, it all depends. Even in kindergartens, kids have there's different atmosphere every day. And depend on the class you're teaching, from small class to kindergarten. But no, yeah, you always have to have rewarding method, maybe can help managing. It's just actions to do when the teacher, and there are automatic stuff to say.
One thing I'd add to that as well, Mike, is have routines in your class. So children,
routines,
get routines in. Children respond to adults in the room. They will follow the teacher as long as you have good routines. So if you want your students to be quiet, have a quiet routine. There could be something like bum bum bum.
Exactly,
like that, and the students copy you. Just get there, a focus back again. I like to do that. Praise the students who do it quickly. You can put students into groups and award a group
5.
for good behavior or something positive that they've done. Just have lots of good routines in place. This will help you as well. I just want to say hello to Tabello. I've noticed Tabello in the chat room. Hey, Tabello. Tabello's, hey, he's just commenting now. He's one of my trainees as well.
Yeah, he was saying earlier, you guys dropping some germs. Good vibes. Did I read it right? Some bad. I cannot see. It's too small on my screen. I was like, damn, man, Mike, you're getting old. So. All right, so Tabello, thank you. All right. Yeah, man. Yeah, for kindergarten, he was asking something as well. Kids who still haven't mastered their mother tongue as far as grammar, etc. Is it advisable to put emphasis on English grammar when teaching them? No, you don't need to put it. Well, what I think, in my point of view, just give them routines, habits in teaching, instead of showing them too much things complicated, because they're going to start to get bored. They won't care of it. I always say, for example, when you teach them, do you like this or that? I will say, yes, I do. If you don't like, no, I don't. Maybe in this way, they will remember if you ask, do you like something, right? So in kindergarten is really based on actions, and like Stu was saying, on routines as well.
Yeah, kindergarten is, kindergarten and nursery, they're based on a lot of fun activities,
Exactly.
And, yeah, so they're kids that are, you can, when you come in, when you first day of school, they always need your attention, once you show that you're a caring teacher, a loving teacher, as well as when you're doing your activities, is about a lot of routines, dancing, singing, and you can teach them a lot of things with dance. You can teach them a lot of things with clapping and just a lot of manipulatives. You're going to have do a lot of different activities in the classrooms, along with routines. Give them rules. Give them when we talk about routines, it would be, every day you walk into classroom, you say good morning. They come in, they know they have to say good morning. When you talk about you remind them about the rules of the classroom. You can have songs when they're singing, when they're learning numbers. They can sing number songs. When they're learning grammar, there's songs that you can rehearse. And these students enjoy the class better. When you are an energetic teacher, you have to be an energetic teacher for the nursery and kindergarten class.
So true. So true. And then we have Daha Wasfi. So tomorrow I have a demon class. I thought it was demo. No. All right.
Bruh.
Damn, bro. You got a demon class for first grade. And then what is the best lesson I should prepare? Hey, what kids like.
Yeah.
Will be food. It can be animals, It can be peel banana,
Do something that's not too difficult for them.
Yeah, hands-on.
Yeah, do something that's hands-on. Get them out of their seat. Don't do something that's too difficult, because what may happen is that they fail. They can't do it, or it goes wrong. It's too complex, and then it makes you look bad. Even you've gone into the lesson with best intentions, but it's for whatever reason it's gone wrong, so you look bad. So make it achievable. Make sure that students can do what it is that you've planned. Also, a little bit of advice for demo classes or something. Maybe have like a backup, because if it finishes too early and like the teaching assistant says, "Oh, there's still 8 more minutes," and you've got nothing else to do. It's
Plan B.
horrible. It's horrible to have a plan B as well. That's a good piece of it.
Oh, what's going on? Sorry. Yeah, a plan B is very, even a plan C. You never know what's going to happen with a kindergarten kids, man.
Just plan more than you need. Plan more than you need. That's, yeah. If you don't use it, it doesn't matter. If you don't have enough, it's a problem.
Yeah, that's demo class. Yeah, I got
just
it.
Make sure the class is engaging. Yeah, just make sure the class is in collaboration. Use a lot of collaborative activities. You just want the class to be engaged, the kids to be engaged. That's what a lot of admin look for now. Like kids are being, it is the demo is student centered and not teacher centered. So these are the things that admin will be looking for, to see that the student has, when the teacher left, that the students has learned something. So, and it's also fun. Teachers have to realize that fun is okay. Once you're learning, once the students is learning, fun is okay. Yeah.
And if the parents are there watching their children, get the parents involved too.
Oh man.
So parents are working with their child. They love that. Absolutely love it.
I love to see the parents doing the peeled banana. Man, it's awesome.
Bruh.
Peeled banana. Man, that peeled banana was from New Zealand, guys. Wasn't he? I've learned from a teacher coming from New Zealand. Man, he had tough time in China. But always good memories. Here we got another question. Classroom management is difficult for beginners. Do you think we must be serious or funny in the first meeting? Well, I think you had a kind of answer, even as we were talking about kindergarten. There's one thing I always say on Mike's Home ESL is what we learn with pleasure, we never forget. Oh, that wasn't from me. Don't worry. Okay. It was from Alex. It was from Alfred Mercier, a French teacher in America. And that's what he said. What we learn with pleasure, we never forget. So remember, what is going to win in your demo class is going to be the fun. Of course, it's not going to be playing hide and seek all the time, right? You have to have a communication between you and your kids, right? You have to have get them engaged into the classroom. If it's only you in front of the class, you don't even ask questions to the kids. The kids don't say anything. It's not going to work. Even if they're jumping up and down when you do a warm-up at the beginning, that's awesome. I've seen kids who were doing demo class, they were sitting, looking at you, all like, damn, are they kids? Do I have kids in front of me? I was like, what? Hey, I'm trying to be funny, but you guys are like, yeah. I say, okay, so you guys have made demo class more than twice or third more. Like, some kids, you don't even know what's happening with them, they have that mood. Maybe it's not the day, or you get that leader before the class. So that's why when I always say, when you go to a demo class, don't wait for the time of your demo class to go right into the classroom. Usually when you have a demo class in a training centers, they're gonna let you, maybe you're gonna be free 10 minutes before the class. So the parent to the kids, give them a hand, say hello, what's your name, trying to create that, human being. They need to communicate, they need to look at you. And you will see that these kids who might be very Yeah, work on the barriers. It's so much, so important.
Yeah, by building rapport, it's so important, so important. And I see there we got a question from Lena about class management. It's difficult for beginners. It definitely is. As a more experienced teacher, you get better at managing classrooms. It's something that you do learn. So the question is, do you think we should be serious or funny on the very first meeting? And I think the answer here is every class is different. Like Mike said with the French teacher in America, be a fun teacher, but draw a line too. You know, if you're just fun, you're going to get walked over.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And so you need to give and take a little bit. There's times for fun, and there's time when you might want to slow things down, give the kind of the teacher look kind of thing, and students will respond to it, and there'll be less instances of poor behavior, less instances of disruptive behavior. And then once they understand what the limits are, they're going to enjoy themselves a lot more.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. You know, you need to have a balance between the two. You need to also create rules. You know, you want to have fun in the classroom, but you also need to create rules as well. You know, the students respect structure. They want structure in the classroom, you know, but obviously you don't want to be a strict, you know, teacher, but you still want that, you know, as rules are created, you can have fun in the classroom.
To respect.
Yes. As you know, you want everyone to respect each other, you know, and once the rules are also created, and if you break these rules, just let them know that there will be consequences as well, because you can't keep saying there are consequences and you would not carry out the consequence, because then you would end up being walked over as well. So you want to have a balance between fun, but still have rules in the classroom.
Very important. If there's no rules, it's not gonna work. Yeah, they're gonna know who's the boss, and that's it. And that's really it. That's really it. Another question. Thank you, Maria. How can I effectively manage children in my class who exhibit different behaviors? For example, one child frequently hits other kids. You know.
It's the same thing that we said, like with the rules. You have to
exactly.
There's consequences. So that means then that's where consequences come in. If he's hitting, and the person is saying frequently, the word is frequently there. So that means then what were the consequences when he hit them the first time? You know, so if there wasn't a consequence for the first time, he will continue doing it over and over again. So there has to be consequences for when the students are, you know, misbehaving like that. So that's what I can say about that one.
And it's actually quite a serious
and he was keeping
as well.
Serious, yes.
If it happens all the time, you know, that's you have to. Then you have to start speaking to parents and things like that.
Exactly. So the teacher need to make sure that he deal with that situation promptly, because
don't let that slide.
Yeah, you can't let that slide, because that can develop into a bigger case than, you know, than they think that it could, because parents can be involved, admin can be involved. If the student can hit that another student maybe so hard that they injure the child. So they have to be, the teacher must deal with that situation promptly.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah. And don't be afraid of addressing it. You know, like if it's something like that, or, you know, maybe something a little bit less serious, but address it, deal with it.
Yes.
But don't ignore it because you're just storing up a problem for 10 more minutes later. Set rules, set routines, and stick to them.
Thank you. Yeah, he was saying as well, another child is consistently quiet and absent-minded. And yet, another China is always full of energy and running around. That's what you're gonna face all your life, all your teaching life. Believe me. So you gotta go to him, right? You're the first one to go to see that kid and trying to understand, even maybe not during class, but well, you've said that kids wasn't acting, wasn't, you might be asking first to the teacher. But mostly in kindergartens, you would have an assistant with you, or if you are alone in a class without assistant, just go ask, hey, what's wrong with you? You know, when you get a time where kids are playing, oh, let's go play with, let's go. You know, doesn't need to be a big deal. Because the kid doesn't need someone to push him a little, and is going to be having fun. Or maybe he wants to be seated with his best friend who is right over there, really far away from him, you know? Trying to find the problem and then solve.
Yeah, I like what you just said, Mike. When you could talk about, he could be, you know, he might want to have to be seated next to some person, a friend of his who can engage him in conversation. Or you can also create learning centers that would cater to both students. So when you create learning centers in the classroom, that caters to both of them. It caters to the quiet and it caters to the one who's always energetic. So, remember in a kinesthetic, there's kinesthetic learners as well as that's the learning style. The quiet ones, you just might have to just tap into their interests just to find out what they're interested in. And, they can come alive when you put them to, when you create those learning centers to cater to their needs.
And this comes directly back to our main topic of this live. It's about differentiation. You've got two students there. You've got one student that's very quiet, maybe likes learning independently, likes working quietly, and you've got another student that's running around energetic all the time. This happens in every single class.
Yes.
And this is why differentiation is so important. And you can have these learning stations, as Maria says. So students kind of have 10 minutes on this learning station, 10 minutes on that learning station, 10 minutes on the other learning station, and they're moving around, and you're really catering to the different needs and the different what these students like in their learning. You're giving them choice.
Exactly. Another question. We gonna go. It's been 1 hour already. That's been incredibly fast. In here, is anyone familiar with RAS reading? At what age should children start reading RAS? A, Z. Also, how to differentiate between children who are reading on different levels.
Yeah, I've got a lot of experience with RAS. Yeah, I know what Wayne's talking. Is it Wayne? Yeah. Hey, Wayne.
Wayne Pearson.
Yeah, I've used RAS Kids a lot, and it's very good. Very, very good. And what you can actually do, you can log in as the teacher on RAS Kids, and you can give your student a reading assessment, give them a level from A to Z, and then let's say they're level P. You can select the level. You can control what level they have. So you can say, right, you can have level P, Q, and R, and like L, M, N, O, and give them that window of books. And you can also set them homework assignments as well. So if it's very young children, you can use RAS Kids, but it's more suited for slightly older children. Reading Eggs is a good one. If your school can give you a budget for Reading Eggs. Reading Eggs is better for younger children, and RAS Kids is better for kind of 8 or 9 years and up. But yet you can go in as a teacher, as an admin, set homework tasks that are individualized for your students. So let's say you've got a class of 25 kids. You can go, right, these 5 kids, I'll set you homework on this. These 5 kids, I'll set you homework on that. And when they log in, they have to do the task straight away before they can continue. And then, so you can differentiate using RAS.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yes, Stuart, you're on point with that. With the RAS reading. I'm also familiar with that. It is good for guided reading as well. Guided instruction. So you talk about guided reading. If you find that the student is on, you have certain students on maybe a level P. Those students you would have those books to cater for those students, for those reading levels. And then there are books that would have those letters on them to see which level that the student will be on. And you can use those books. A group of students, the homogeneous set of students can read those books, and you can ask questions based on that level. It could be comprehension questions. They can do projects based on the books, based on their reading level. So it's differentiation based on reading levels.
Great. Thank you, guys. Let's see. We get another question. I think it's, sorry. Here it is. From Lena on Facebook. She's asking, do you think if the curricula is hard for unsuitable for students, they feel boring and make noise? I tell you that because I feel the curricula in my country isn't suitable for all levels. Well, it can be a problem of classroom management, right? It doesn't come from the curriculum, maybe. It all depends how you deal with your students, who they are.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Lena, I know how you feel. I've taught lessons before. In a book or the curriculum, I have to teach this, but only 2 or 3 of the kids actually get it, and the others don't get it at all. I've been there. I think we've all been there. So what you can do, though, you can get the same topic and you can simplify it. So you can edit language. You can use different synonyms to make it more understandable to the students. Give far more modeling. Slow things down as well. Maybe don't move at such a fast pace. Often there's only one teacher, and if you've got quite a large class, you can be spread quite thin. So what you can do, you can get those students that do understand, just help scaffold the learners of those that don't. Basically, in a nutshell, pick the same topic but simplify the material.
And I agree with that. I can add to that too, as well. Yeah, we all been there with maybe the curriculum might not be suitable, but however, when it comes to books that might be boring for that, that students might consider to be boring, you can always do projects. You can also always do like role play. So we can role play some of these books and these characters, and for students then to have a text to self connection based on these characters, and can identify with the characters, and they might come alive afterwards. It might be more interesting to them. Just do some fun activities that can, as I said, again, just cater to the student needs. Role play, they can do. I remember doing what was it? It was a game, not a show. I remember doing like a show based on a book. It was like something like with Oprah, when Oprah does her, when you have the book, you come up and you talk about the best book you've read, and you find that some students, as I said, come alive when they want to read the book then, because they find that a talk show, they find that the talk show is interesting to them. So because just the name talk show is interesting to them, so they might just want to learn the book, get to read the book more, so that they are able to talk about it. So just come up with different activities, that will be helpful for them.
That's it. Just like bring the topic to life. You know, you might have the most boring book in the world, but there's ways that you can bring it to life.
Exactly. Thank you so much for your question, Lena, and all others today in the live. We're gonna stop here today for this Q&A, and this you can see that we can see today everything is related to differentiation. There are many ways to use it. You don't even know that you were using differentiation, but that's a great strategy that is going to get all the students used to. I mean, they get them involved and get them engaged in the class, and it's really awesome. I've been learning so much with different ways of differentiating. Is so vast. We could speak 2 more hours about it, I guess. Oh, we got 1 hour and a half. It's quite a lot. Some people are saying thank you, Lena, Salom. Thank you, everyone, for being here today in the live. I'd like to say a big thank you to Maria. It's the beginning of the day where it's 10:20 for you. For us, is the beginning of the night. So thank you. You were live from New York. Thank you so much, Maria. That was awesome.
Happy Father's Day to both of you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Maria. Hope to see you soon in another live if you can make it. I'm not going to bother you every Sunday morning. No, it's not going to be cool. But thank you for accepting, Sunday morning. Come on. Yeah. So thank you very much, my dear teacher, Maria Jams. Hope to see you soon and wish you all the best back there. And yeah. When you come back to Xi'an, just let me know. We'll for sure, we'll have good fun, and
yes, thank
why
you.
not making it a podcast?
It was nice being here.
Thank you, Maria.
Thank you. Bye, Stuart. Bye.
Take care, Maria. Have a great day.
You. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye, Maria. Thanks a lot. Amen. Oh, that was good. That was awesome. Thank you very much for your time, for your knowledge, for sharing everything to the viewers today. I think it was a great time. It was really awesome, very engaging. We had a lot of questions. Thank you to all of you on a Sunday night. And of course, thank you to you, bro.
No problem at all. It's been... It was really good because it's a great topic. It's a great topic. It's a really important topic, and
it's an open one.
It's honestly, we could definitely talk for another 2 hours about it, and maybe we can do it again in a few months or whatever.
Oh yeah, next week. Yeah, for sure. We've been doing this for 5 weeks in a row, bro. Huh? Mate.
I think so. Yeah,
that's incredible.
I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying it. Yeah.
Yes.
I think the connection.
Yeah, no, it's really nice.
Well.
It's a little bit weak, but we're not professionals. We're trying to help each other. We're a teacher first, and I guess everybody can understand that.
No, it's
we are not spending our time, but in the classroom.
This week has been way better. But thanks for having me, Mike.
Exactly.
I really appreciate it, and thanks for all of the guests that we had tonight.
And all good, Stu. And I recommend everyone to, of course, to go to Stu's TEFL Lemon courses. You can see here TEFL certification. You can say something maybe about its TEFL certification. Very important about what you have been working on for a good 4 years.
Yeah,
a good
so
5 years, we're going to say.
Yeah, long time. So the course is a 180-hour higher certificate of TESOL, which is a level 4 qualification. It's got 20 amazing units, which will help make you a better teacher, and it's globally accredited. So after you finished your training, you can teach anywhere in the world with our certificate, and it's really beautiful, nice quality diploma certificate as well. So click the link there that you've got up there, Mike. And if you use a coupon code Mike's Home ESL, you get 30% off the cost of the course.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for helping all the community get that TEFL Lemon certificate. I'm doing it as well. I can't wait to get that one. I can't wait to have time, but holiday is going to be around for sure. So I'm going to have a little bit more of my time, of course, and go deep. But the course is really, really easy to use. It goes smoothly. There's nothing to worry about. I think you can understand that it's really friendly use. That's the perfect word. And it's gonna, and you're gonna mention that it's a level 4 TESOL certificate.
Yeah. So normally a TEFL certificate that most teachers get are a 120-hour, which is level 3. So level 4 just means that all of the topics that are included in the course, we go into it in a little bit more depth. So by the time that you've finished your learning, by the time you finish the course, you're going to know a lot more about all of the concepts than someone who's taken a level 3 certificate. And when you apply for jobs, your school will see your CV and see that it's a level 4 certificate and know that you treat what you do seriously and you want to do a better job in the classroom, and you've gone that extra mile in order to improve yourself and develop yourself professionally.
Yes, it's a great way to get, recognized, because, and then as well, you can have more high paid salary. So really, it's really the TEFL that you should have in China. And I'm going for it, and I will keep you posted on the platform, Mike's Home ESL. Give you feedbacks as well as Stu knows it very well. There's no problem, but it's very friendly use. I love it. And I hope you guys can really go into that course as well. We got some thank you here. We have QT, guys. It was awesome. 1 hour 30 minutes. Thank you, QT, for your questions. You're welcome every time. Really appreciate you. Tibelo as well. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Who do we get as well? Again, thanks you, sirs, to Mike and Mrs. Maria for the great insights. Awesome. That's great. Thank you. Thank all of you guys. And I hope we're going to see you maybe next week. For now, we'll see what's going to happen next week. Maybe another topics. Well, I will pull. Don't forget to subscribe and check out on whatever it's on Mike's Home ESL, on TEFL Lemon. Subscribe, because in the community sometimes you will get some informations. We get some polls so that we want to know what is your worst, what are you struggling with back home, back in your class, so that we can help you. So don't forget to subscribe, whatever, if it's on Mike's Home or Tefl Lemon. Thank you so much, Stu, again, for being here and sharing your experience.
You must feel the force around you.
That's the force.
Yeah, thanks again, Mike. Yeah, it's been great having me, and thanks for all of the people that came and asked us such awesome questions. Without the people here in the live Q&A, it's not so good. It kind of doesn't happen. So thank you.
Exactly. That's not easy, doing it live like that is not that easy, to tell you what. Yeah. Still have, we will. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. See you, brother. I hope to see you soon. Take care. The holiday's coming, huh?
It is, yeah. So I will bid you farewell. Me and the missus are going to go to the desert in a couple of days. We're going to be going on a camel in the desert. So I'll send you some pictures.
Okay. All right.
All right. Take care, guys. See you later.
Awesome. Yeah. Share.
Cheers.
Sure. Share in the...
I'll share away.
Cheers, man. Thank you for your time. Thank you, Stu. Bye-bye. That was awesome. Thank you so much, all of you, for being here today. Be here to support force. Yes. Can you feel the force? Yeah, you know what? And I forgot today, I had a little warm-up because it's the Father's Day, Father's Day. So I wish all of you a happy Father's Day for the fathers, of course. Yeah. Yeah. It's been an awesome live stream. Don't forget to give some likes, put some, whatever you want to say. You need some help, just put a comment in the comment section down below, and we will be here helping. Even if I don't answer your comment, is because I saw it, but sometimes, you don't have all that time when you do it, everything. All this live stream has been prepared by myself, my own self, so it's not always easy to keep up, believe me. But holidays are coming. The summer holidays are coming, so it's going to be awesome. And I wanted to share a little song that you can maybe use in your class about Father's Day. Here we go.
We love our daddies, we listen to what they say. We love our daddies, happy Father's Day. We love our daddies, we listen to what they say. We love our daddies, happy Father's Day. Dads are heroes, dads are very brave. Dads are the best because they keep us safe. Dads are playful, dads are very strong. Dads make us feel better when something is wrong. We love our daddies, we listen to what they say. We love our daddies, happy Father's Day. We love our daddies, we listen to what they say. We love our daddies, happy Father's Day. Dads are funny, dads are very smart. Some dads like sports and some dads like art. Dads tell stories and teach us lots of things. Not scared of monsters because dads are kings. We love our daddies, we listen to what they say. We love our daddies, happy Father's Day. We love our daddies, we listen to what they say. We love our daddies, happy Father's Day. Stand up for your daddy and wave your hands from side to side. Clap your hands they say. We love our daddies. Happy Father's Day. We love our daddies. We listen to what they say. We love our daddies. Happy Father's Day.
Here is my father. Happy Father's Day. Bonjour des papas. C'est la fête des pères en France. Bonne fête, papa. Je t'aime. All right. Just to say, I love my dad. Of course, you always have to. I'm a big boy. Oh, man. Just, all right. Come on.
Bruh.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, everyone, for being in the live today. I hope to see you very soon in another live or other videos. What's going to happen on Mike's Home ESL is like we're going to try to do more live, which is more really, it's really helpful for you. So, and as well, we can share our experience with guests. And that's really awesome. Thank you for Stu and also Maria again today. That was an awesome live stream. Thank you to all of you. Don't forget to give some likes and subscribe. And I will see you in another live. Thank you so much, everyone. Cheers. Take care.
All of you.